Welcome everyone to one of the most famous venues in all of motorsport, the venue which hosted the first ever F1 World Championship race back in 1950. A couple of drivers all now changing tyres at the end of that formation lap from the intermediate tyres.
It's lights out and away we go, and it's a decent start there from Max Verstappen. Oscar Piastri's coming straight at him, and we see the spray due to the rain straight up into the air, but it's Max Verstappen that leads them into turn one. There's some tussling at the rear end of the grid as well, but it's Max Verstappen from Oscar Piastri. Lando Norris is now coming towards his teammate, and Lewis Hamilton sends it down the inside of Lando Norris there. As we see, that's a Mercedes of Kimi Antonelli that has just gone off. It's very close here at the front of the grid. Pierre Gasly has also made up a couple of places into sixth position, but it's Max Verstappen that has almost a half a second gap from Oscar Piastri in second. Have we got yellow flags out here?
I'm guessing this is what's going to put Liam Lawson out of the race. We're on board here with Esteban Ocon as he's alongside. Oh, 3 into 1 is never going to fit there.
Yes, we are now back underway. The green flags there on the LED boards show us that we are back under racing conditions on lap 4 of 52. And it looked to me like Oscar Piastri was closing in on Max Verstappen there, Kai.
Yeah, very close to the rear end of that Red Bull was the McLaren driver. And that's one driver off already. That looks like it's going to be the number 5 Sauber of Gabriel Bortoleto who's went off.
As you can see, the tyres are literally crawling around this section of the track. That's where we can see it's very damp, and he's on those slick tyres and just had no grip whatsoever. The tyres were not digging in to the surface of the track.
Look, he's really fighting for it. He just keeps getting so close and then slipping away.
Well, he's trying every which way, isn't he? And Oscar Piastri currently leading the World Championship. And so he's a strong driver as well. Wouldn't be in that position if he wasn't a strong driver. But here we go. Another potential chance to make the move, Kai.
Yeah, Piastri down the inside. He'll get that one done, no problem. DRS flap is wide open. And with the extra speed down the straight, he glides past the 4-time world champion and hits the front of the race for the first time.
The top 3 are all pitting. I'm not sure if it's to go into wet tyres because their tyres may be thinning down by this point. Actually, it's onto new intermediate tyres. That's a double stack from McLaren. A bit risky with Verstappen right there.
It is a little bit.
Oh, not a bit stop.
Slow.
Will Verstappen be able to jump him now? Verstappen comes out the pit lane. Norris will be close behind. He has got back past him after that mistake. Perfect for Max Verstappen.
Safety car has now been deployed around them, and I would not be surprised if that is just for the track conditions, because as I can see, it doesn't look like anyone's went off, but the track conditions just worsening by the second. The spray no better. Piastri the only one in vision as Verstappen will then emerge just a few car lengths behind the McLaren as we go down towards turn 1. His former teammate George Russell will dive down the inside and take advantage of this safety car restart as Hamilton will now fall down the order.
He's
Few drivers banging wheels as they go side by side. Hamilton making that move around the outside of Russell. Russell then having to fend off Ocon as Ocon tried to join in on the battle as well, but the drivers will settle down. Tsunoda in the background nearly losing it with Leclerc on his tail end as well. But as we make our way down the back straight, everything now calming down a little bit.
But Isaac Hadjar is out the race. That is not great for the rookie this year. The RB driver, Isaac Hadjar, he must have had some contact, or maybe he's just spun and it's quite a big crash there. He seems okay though.
Now we'll go on board with Hadjar to see what happened here, and you can't really see much, to be fair. And that's all because of the spray, just unable to see the car in front of him. It looked like he went right into the back of Antonelli there.
When the safety car goes away, the drivers are still under race conditions. But you see Oscar Piastri there has broke quite hard, and Verstappen was caught out by that. He won't get a penalty because he wasn't in front of Piastri for the period of time that warrants a penalty, of which is, I think, 8 seconds. But Piastri would have known that, and he's gone. He was backing up the back, and now he has gone. He has darted off into Verstappen. Verstappen spun the car! Max Verstappen has spun. Maybe his tyres were cold and he's struggling and he's just spun the car. He's now down below the top 10. That is not typically what you see from a driver of Max Verstappen's caliber. He is now up in 10th place. That was not what we're used to seeing from the 4-time world champion. I think he let his tyres cool down a little bit too much, was caught out by Piastri going and pushed the power too hard, and he spun around. Lance Stroll is now on the podium.
Race control come through with some drastic information as Oscar Piastri has been handed a 10-second penalty, and we will see what it's for in the top right here. His harsh braking under safety car nearly caused a collision with Verstappen, and the race control and stewards clearly feel that Oscar Piastri is at fault for that one. 10-second penalty for the McLaren driver. That will have to be served either in the pit lane on a pit stop or after the race as well. But Pierre Gasly and all of the drivers in behind are going to be the ones benefiting from that.
So hard to get close.
Well, so hard to get close, but he has done it, got close enough and then got past. So Lewis Hamilton, as I said, Zach, I did think he was going to make the move, and he has moved up into 5th position.
Yep, brilliant move there from Lewis Hamilton. He took the wide line into Stowe corner. Now Nico Hülkenberg making the move onto the podium paying positions. Wow, Nico Hülkenberg in the Sauber has just made that move past Lance Stroll, and now it's Lewis Hamilton having a go at Lance Stroll in the Aston Martin. Nico Hülkenberg will be absolutely ecstatic with that. Mercedes have taken a bold opportunity to go onto new hard tyres. Hard tyres are typically the tyres that take the longest to warm up due to their hard surface, and they've put brand new tyres on. Now that's going to be very slippery for George Russell as he comes out of the pit lane. We'll have to see how he handles it. George Russell on the slick tyres! He's kept it going. That was brilliant, a 360 round, but that is not ideal from the man from Kings Lynn in the UK. That shows that the slick tyres aren't quite the compound to be on as of yet. They just did not have the grip there.
There is so much going on. I mean, I can't keep up with it. Everyone is pitting and changing tyres, but the two McLaren drivers seem really happy. Oh no!
I think that's the first McLaren driver
coming into the pit. It's
what's
going to
be interesting is if he serves the 10-second penalty.
Oh, yeah.
We know he's got that 10-second penalty, and if they wait, and they are, the McLarens are not the McLaren crew aren't getting involved with the car for 10 seconds. They have to wait. It must feel like an eternity for Oscar Piastri in the car before they can finally touch it, change his tyres over to the slicks, and it's going to be interesting to see where he goes down to.
On board with Ollie Behrman here. See what happened. Was there contact between the two teammates? And that's the last thing you want. The rule of racing, the last thing you do is make contact with your teammate, and that's exactly what the two Haas drivers have done. He finished 3rd last year on the 3rd step of the podium. The top step is where he'll find himself this year. The favourite for the championship will cut down the championship lead to his teammate of just 8 points. Lando Norris, you are a winner of the British Grand Prix as he punches the air in elation. It will be Oscar Piastri after a 10-second penalty crossing the line in 2nd, and 9 years later, after his best result of 4th in Spa. 2016 is a memory of the past, and Nico Hülkenberg will round the final couple of corners to bring home his first ever podium result. Who would have thought it was for the Kick Sauber team, but the number 27 will see the number 3 for the first time as Nico Hülkenberg will bring home silverware for the Kick Sauber team. And just look at what it means to everybody in the garage.
Lando Norris dancing about, break dancing in front of the other drivers. He is your winner at the British Grand Prix. A Brit in the British McLaren as well. What a win from him.
This is our final race result.
Yeah, so we've just said it's Lando Norris. That takes the win at the British Grand Prix. He's followed by quite a solemn teammate, Oscar Piastri. He would have hoped to have won, but he unfortunately got that 10-second penalty. Nico Hülkenberg was in 3rd.
Lewis Hamilton, the next British driver on the grid, will finish in 4th position, which from pole position, Max Verstappen after a spin recovers to 5th, and Pierre Gasly in 6th.
And on this bit, we have both of the Aston Martin drivers, with the Williams of Alexander Albon in the middle. Lance Stroll finished 7th, Alexander Albon 8th, and Fernando Alonso finishing 9th.
In 10th, it was our other Brit on the grid, our 2 other Brits on the grid, George Russell. Unfortunately, it wasn't the race that he would have wanted.
Just 2 races to go until the summer break. But we will see you when we are back for the Dutch Grand Prix on F1 Kids. So make sure you tune in then. See you then. Goodbye for now.